Got myself a set of front coils. I have to replace those because this one, this one's broken. So might as well replace them both. Back. Once I loosen this all up, she just kind of dropped quite violently. Probably should have had something under it, but wow, why is that in there so good? Little bitch. Well, got my hand. got a set of these really heavy duty 250 pound, they're only I think 3-inch diameter, but zip ties and compressed it. I don't think I need a lot of compression. Hopefully I'll check this, and if I need to go more, nice thing about zip ties, you can zip them up more, so I can put a few more, but you have to kind of do only like 3 coils at a time. But unfortunately I'm not really compressed a lot of springs before, but this is pretty much like the length of the spring, and there was really no way to get this on and then mounted, so I'm doing the zip ties, but I ain't messing around. These are some beefy guys. I got 50 in a kit, 25 each, and I've still got that many. I've got the other half sitting there, so I definitely have more than enough for both springs. All right, I came back and I put another bunch on, so I have a total of 22. One of them wasn't zipping or tying anymore, and we'll try this. Let's make a note of the passenger side before I take that all off. Look at that work of art. Now I gotta get those out. But unfortunately, they sent me the wrong strut. So I'm gonna have to wait. Now these are zip ties for compressing springs. Here we have, for a 1986 Mercury Cougar, the Monroe 71716 strut, which, as you can see, is no longer functioning as it should. That one is functioning as it should because it's new. Problem is, the Monroe 71716s for the 86 Cougar are really hard to find. Most everywhere they're out of stock, and so I expanded my search and noticed on 87, 88 they had these 71 828 Monroes. So I got a set of those, and what I found was this length here is not the same. So what that means is the stock mount does not allow for any thread, so it wasn't going to work. And then what I ordered was the proper type on Advance Auto, which is where I got these this time. I always just choose between Advance, AutoZone, and O'Reilly, a lot of times based on how soon something can get here, and they were the quickest. So I got these. So what I did was I did a search for 87, 88 strut mounts. These are the SM5054 from KYB. And so I did a test. I did my passenger side already, and they fit. So get rid of these. Don't need them. Don't need them. You take a hike. Don't need you. Need you. Gonna keep you. This was down on the bottom here between the strut here, the casing, and the buttstop. Trying to figure out why the strut wasn't going into the holes, because it had these nice little plastic protectors on to keep this on, I guess. And I did keep the cover here. Gotta clean this up. And
I'll have to rebend this back on. So we have this. On there. This is the one that goes at the bottom of that, so it goes like this. This goes in there. There's another one. I think maybe that's for a different application. If this is a little bit more space, maybe it actually works on the other one. Oh, that's interesting. Down, goes like that, like that, put that in. So yeah, you could actually use these for this strut as well, I guess. So, good to know. Knowledge I don't need right now, but maybe someone else can use that. Okay, so we're back to putting this back together. Oh, before I do that, let's get this attached. How's it going?
I'm scared. When I was going down a hill earlier, my wheel, like I was braking down the hill on the way you come back from Target. So it's not even, it's a bridge you go down, and it felt like my right wheel like crumbled in on itself, but then it stopped, and it was okay. And then I was braking on normal wheel. I wasn't braking. I started going, I pressed on the accelerator, and then it felt like that again. And Victoria felt it too. The front right wheel is being wheeled. Weird.
Is it being wheel weird?
It's being real weird. Real weird.
I can look at it if you want. All right, the interruption there was one of Reese's friends just got his license and just got his 90-something Camry and had a weird sound at braking and acceleration. A weird grinding sound. And took it for the drive, and it's the ABS. It's fun teaching the new driver stuff. All right, so where we were at before I got interrupted. So I put this on. This is actually on pretty good. I can get this back on and probably get it tight again, and then should be pretty good. Pretty good. That'll work. All right, slide. Remember, this has got that metal part. of that. Over that. Goes in there. This goes in there. I ignore this one. That one goes there. I used the old nut. I don't know if one came with this. So there was holes in these boxes, so if they were, then they fell out.
Driver's side. As you recall, this is the one that had the, and they typically do, I happened to do a search to see how prevalent this type of damage was, where it rusts through on this frame, or the you know, the brake fluid leaking, the proportioning valve there, and then that having to get all repaired. So we have a patch on the inside here, patch on the outside, and we basically boxed this frame in. And I have another video that shows what I did there, but there's way more videos and even worse cases of this type of damage. But I'd say, you know, take a look at those and learn from them, not from us. Actually have a little mark here, looks like. Going on there.
And then once this is all done, I'm going to have Logan take it into his work and get in alignment. So. I don't know what the torque specs are. I'm just assuming really tight is probably what you want. However, now that I've replaced the front coils, it is clear to me that I now need to replace the rear coils, as there is a little bit of a height difference. I know that the front coils will settle a little bit. That's pretty considerable. I had to come under here and do some sanding. So this is driver's side floor, and you can see that it's got a little bit of rust through. It's pretty thin all around here, but not horrible. But I had this horrible dream last night because it looked really bad. It was all like kind of covered with a lot of the surface rust over here, and it didn't look pretty. So I had this horrible dream that this whole car was just one big rust bucket, like putting panels on top of rusty panels, and it was bad. And then this is the passenger side. That's not bad at all. And then there's just one spot where the drain hole rusted through, and it's actually really clean in there, so that'll be an easy. For now, I'm just going to flex tape that, probably flex tape over that. I'll coat it and then flex tape it, and I'll coat that one, and it should be good. Do some undercoating, and then the rust converter stuff. Yeah, otherwise this car is totally clean, other than those things. Next step is to flex tape over the soft areas and go over it with some undercoating. That's meant to be temporary, but it will likely be pretty permanent. I've done this on a few vehicles, and if you clean it up pretty good, this stuff holds really well, and it doesn't seem to get any worse. I've done this on a couple of Volvos. Ooh, well, this is a neat feature.